Picture this, a talented actress skyrocketing to fame by starring in not one, but two major horror blockbusters in the same year. It's the kind of underdog story that gets horror enthusiasts excited and rooting for more. Anna Law is that star, and her journey is sparking conversations about rising talent in the genre. But here's where it gets intriguing. How does one actor manage to shine in such contrasting films? And what does it say about the evolving landscape of horror cinema? Dive in and let's unpack this fascinating tale. The term Scream Queen has always been a topic of lively debate among actors and fans alike, with opinions split on whether it pigeonholes performers or celebrates their resilience in a challenging genre. Regardless of the discussion, one thing is clear. Horror lovers can't get enough of seeing familiar faces return to scare them silly. It might stem from a genuine passion for the craft, a shared history with the filmmakers, or simply an eye for picking standout projects, but these repeat players build an unspoken bond with audiences that keeps ticket sales soaring. In today's horror scene, we're blessed with a roster of standout performers who draw crowds based on their names alone. Think of Samara Weaving, Catherine Newton, Kyle Gallner, Jenna Ortega, Dan Stevens, Sophie Thatcher, Micah Monroe, Melissa Barrera, David Dasmalchian, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Jessica Roth, Mason Gooding, Olivia Holt, Mia Goth, Amber Midthunder, Daniel Kaluuya, Rohan Campbell, and the dynamic McGraw sisters. These are just a few examples of the current wave of dedicated horror talents that fans eagerly flock to support. Their consistent presence in the genre helps create a sense of reliability and excitement, much like how sports fans cheer for their favorite teams year after year. And speaking of fresh faces making an impact, Anna Law has burst onto the scene with a bang this year, headlining two chart-topping horror releases that dominated the box office. After braving a terrifying showdown with fate, unfortunately ending in a gruesome defeat by a garbage truck in the intense Final Destination Bloodlines, she then took on the sinister grabber in Black Phone 2. This double triumph has quickly established her as one of the genre's brightest up-and-coming stars. But while her ascent feels meteoric, Law isn't a newbie. She's been honing her craft professionally for over 10 years. What stands out in her resume, though, is her repeated return to horror films, delivering performances filled with chilling tension and deep emotional resonance that fit the genre like a glove. So, what drew Anna Law to pick up the Black Phone and join the sequel? Landing roles in movies that hit theaters wide is like a fantasy come true, and scoring 2 in a single year? I can hardly wrap my head around it, she shared with me, looking back on her consecutive #1 hits. Though not a lifelong horror aficionado, Law keeps circling back to the genre because the scripts are consistently top-notch. She was especially drawn to Black Phone 2, thanks to her admiration for directors Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill's previous work. They create material that's incredibly appealing to performers, rich, layered characters, and powerful scenes, she explained, adding more about her experience. Scott stands out as one of the most seasoned directors I've collaborated with, and I valued his wisdom deeply. He's precise about his vision, yet he welcomes input from his actors without hovering over every detail. It fostered a truly creative and team-oriented atmosphere. Interestingly, Derrickson revealed that Law was actually on his mind while crafting her character, even as he generally avoids writing roles with specific actors in mind. As Hope Adler-Blake in Black Phone 2, a role that's central to the film's emotional core, Law portrays the mother of Finney, Mason Thames, and Gwen, Madeline McGraw, helping them navigate the profound sorrow of her loss and the ripple effects it has on their lives. Her striking resemblance to McGraw adds authenticity, and she masterfully embodies Hope as both a youthful teen and a devoted parent. I believe this part let me touch hearts and make a real connection with viewers, which is why I adored bringing her to life, Law noted. Without her heartfelt, empathetic, and dedicated portrayal, the movie's most poignant moment simply wouldn't resonate as powerfully. Now, For a twist, when you compare Black Phone 2 to Final Destination Bloodlines, the differences are night and day. The Final Destination shoot ranks among my favorite experiences ever, and I think about that group and the directors daily, Law recalled. Yet, the soul-stirring aspects of acting are what make it worthwhile. The Final Destination series is renowned for its over-the-top absurdity, where the real thrill lies in the inventive, and often hilarious, methods of mayhem. Playing Julia Campbell, Law subverted the usual perky blonde relative stereotype with a performance that's hilariously witty and genuinely caring. A supportive cousin to Charlie Reyes, Teo Briones. This authentic bond amplified the tragedy of her shocking demise in a trash compactor, making it all the more gut-wrenching. For the first time in ages, a Final Destination installment featured characters that audiences truly invested in, including Julia, proving that even in sillier franchises, emotional depth can elevate the scares. But here's where it gets controversial. Is the Final Destination approach, prioritizing outrageous kills over character development, outdated, or does it still have a place in modern horror? Law thrives on variety, saying, "As a performer, I chase diversity. I relish trying something bold or unfamiliar, and challenges are my passion." Her role flipped expectations, blending humor with heartache in a way that might surprise purists who expect pure camp from the series. Law's breakout year of 2024. Wait, 2025? The article says 2025, but probably 2024. I'll stick to original. Has been remarkable, but her earlier projects are no less noteworthy. Fans of DC Comics might spot her as Stephanie Brown in Gotham Knights or Penny Farthing in Doom Patrol. Her horror journey began back in 2014 with the web series Frankenstein MD, where she portrayed Victoria Frankenstein. She's also appeared in My Valentine from Blumhouse, Hulu's Into the Dark, and took the lead in Blumhouse's 2022 film, They Them. Looking ahead, Law is open to whatever comes next. Roles just find you when they feel right, so it's anyone's guess, she mused. Personally, I'm hoping someone crafts a full horror series centered on her. Imagine the possibilities. Final Destination Bloodlines is available to stream on HBO Max, and Black Phone 2 is currently showing in theaters. What do you think? Does Anna Law's versatility redefine what a scream queen can be in today's horror world? Is it fair to label actors based on their genre choices? Or should we celebrate their range instead? And if you could pick one franchise for her to star in next, what would it be? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree, disagree, or have a counterpoint we haven't considered? Let's keep the conversation going.